Alright, let's give this thing a quick spray. The paint I'm using is Rust-Oleum Automotive Primer, which is almost the same color as the speaker cone. So that'll work out real good. I just want to kind of protect it. Probably not even needed, but you know, what the heck. Put the final touches on it. I just whipped up another batch of this 5-minute epoxy gel. You know, instead of using a dab here and a dab there, I think I'll just put it in the center like that. And then go ahead and stick it back up there, and that'll work. Boy, that thing is really strong. That should hold it in place. Let me do the next one here now. Let me see, we'll put that in the center like so. That's about all we need. We don't need to go buggy on it, just get it up there where it belongs, and it will. I'll let that dry for quite a while. This should hold itself in place. Now, just to be on the safe side, let's make sure I still got magnetism. I do, and I do. Alright, that's about all we can do with that, except to put it back in the bag, and we shall do that in our next step. Everything's been placed back in the bag. The larger magnets, as you can see, took up a lot of room inside that bag, and it was kind of tough getting it down in there, but it can be done. The only thing I caution against, if anyone ever does this, when you put the speaker wires back on these posts, make sure you don't catch any of this material between the nut and the post. You've got to have a good contact around there. It may require you to open up the bag just a little bit further with a pair of tweezers, like so. But make sure you have good contact there, otherwise you're spinning your wheels. When you go to turn on your radio, it won't play. And I put this rubber tubing on the outside of the bag, so we're going to see how that works. Now, the way this thing is designed, when you place the speaker back on, you can move your speaker up and down. You're supposed to have equal distance between the speaker and the housing, all the way around. And you can take your speaker and rock it this way and that way on this reed spring before tightening down the screw. Now, according to the instructions, that takes care of the up-down, you know, so you have equal space at the bottom and equal space at the top. But on the left and the right, what you're supposed to do is bend your reed spring. Well, you know, I'm not so sure I want to do that. You know, that's okay when it's brand new, and if one breaks, they can just reach in the drawer and get another one. I can't do that. So if I have a little bit of space over here, that's slightly different from the space over here, I'm not going to worry about it, because I'm not going to bend that reed spring. It's just not going to happen. Alright, everything is back in, and I do have more space over here than I do over here. But unless I absolutely have to, I'm not going to worry about it. So let's see what happens here. See if I can get a little noise out of this puppy.
Given what a price we paid. It's my belief Jesus is the answer to all of our problems today.
That speaker I'm going to declare repaired. And I'm going to declare the radio repaired. The only thing we have left to do is restore the inside. And of course put the lid on our speaker. I hope everybody enjoyed this entire series. I'll do one more, you know, de-rusting video. Not a big deal. Just going to take some sandpaper, gut everything, take some sandpaper, grind down as much rust as I can by hand. Use navel jelly on the rest, and I have some paint that I've already purchased to paint the inside. And then we'll just put it all back together. Incidentally, this little fine adjust down here, I used a rubber grommet. You know that you would put in a hole on a chassis to put wires down through. It was the perfect size of the original grommet, which is right here, which had hardened up like a rock. It was exactly the same size as that grommet, and it slipped right over that shaft back there, and it works fine. It's a great fine adjust.
If they would just read the Bible, they could see.
Excellent sound. I love that. Much better than I expected, actually.
Jesus is the answer to all of our problems today.
One other thing I wanted to do before closing out this video. You remember the Rolla speaker that I told you in the very beginning that came with this radio, and my son didn't like it and he wanted to have the original Atwater Kent. This is what the back of that Rolla speaker looks like. It's a powered unit. It has a transformer, another transformer, and some kind of, I don't know what that is, some kind of rectifying unit or something. I'm not really certain what all's in there, just a couple of power transformers and magnets. And anyway, what I'm going to do is, now that I've got the radio operational, I'm going to go ahead and hook it up. I'm going to plug it in, and I'm going to see, first I'm going to plug it in to the wall, see if we have any shorts on my amp meter. And if everything works okay, I'm going to go ahead and hook it to the radio. Alright, I've gone ahead and hooked up the wire, and it's kind of frayed, you know, it's kind of, at least the outside coating is. It's not all that bad a shape underneath. But again, we have a tracer wire and a plain wire. Now over here, a new electrical cord has been put on it, and you can see, you know, electrical tape. You know, don't ever do that. Don't ever do anything that looks remotely like this. If that's all you have to do it with, then don't do it. Wait until you get the right stuff. With 120 volts applied to the speaker, I've got less than half an amp draw right now, which is not too bad. At least I don't have a bunch of, you know, a big old draw of current showing anything that's shorted. I've sort of got all the wires separated here the best I can. This will all be repaired. This will be a future repair. Let's go ahead and turn the radio on and see if it makes any difference. Again, this was made around 1928, I guess. 27, 28. It's the D110 model Rolla speaker. Son of a gun. I'm bringing up the volume. Keep checking that current draw.
Final arguments for your votes. In the red corner, Arkansas GOP Chairman Doyle Webb. We're the party with a plan.
I don't know. Alright, let's take a look down in the back of this thing. You see that little tab sticking out right there? That little tab? I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me see. It's that little tab right there. It's supposed to be a wire soldered on that thing, but the wire has been unsoldered and it's laying down in there. It's that black wire. Again, we're looking at electrical tape. So this speaker has come out of there and been messed with. Wonderful. So until next time, when we get around to derusting the inside of this chassis, this is John.